A year ago, the rise of St Fintan's High School was one of the stories of the Leinster School Senior Cup season. They went down 31-29 to Clongowes in the first round, but their swashbuckling style of rugby earned them plenty of admirers. Fast forward 12 months and here we are at Donnybrook Stadium again. St Gerard's College of Bray are the opponents on this occasion. I'm Will Slattery, delighted to be joining you here for Air Sport's first live game of the Leinster School Senior Cup in association with Bank of Ireland. Joining me today is Tony Ward. Tony, thank you so much for joining us. Gerard's Fintan's on paper maybe not a marquee matchup, but you can already tell by the fans that are here that there's a lot of anticipation in the air.
Huge. I mean, you referred already to the Clongowes game last year. Fintan's could have won that game, could have gone either way on the day. So there's a lot of talent in this group again this year. A lot of players back, difficult putting together back-to-back years. They've succeeded in doing that. And when the sides met in the league before Christmas, which Gerard's went on to win, there was nothing in it. A kick of a ball, and Gerard's won with the very last kick of the game. So it's that close. It's
interesting, when I was talking to Brew Amerlink, the Fintan's head coach earlier, he was saying, you know, he's a new head coach. Robert Forbes was here last year. They only have 2 surviving guys in the starting team. So they've really had to build almost from scratch again. So it's a really good testament what they're building up in Sutton.
And it's great to see. I mean, we want to see the schools game spread as much as possible, and to have another Northside presence in St Fintan's is fantastic. And they've been building towards that for a number of years now, but last year's team was really the catalyst to kick on again. Obviously from a Gerard's perspective, they don't want to lose today because it's their head on the chopping block. It may not be Blackrock or St Michael's, but for Gerard's, they're a huge name and would be a big scalp for Fintan's today, and that's how they'll see it.
Well, yeah, interestingly, obviously they played Clongowes last year, but Gerard's, you know, they won the Leinster School Senior League. They have 5 representative players in their squad, so while they don't have maybe the marquee name of some of the schools, there's a serious outfit.
They are, and I mean, for a number of years now, I think we've been to 3 semi-finals in that time in the noughties, into the 2010 on. As the 4th league title in that time, and this year's we won in spectacular fashion because it's a very good Gonzaga side. We saw how close they pushed Belvedere the other day, just a point in it, and Gerard's won that game in the very last minute in the pre-Christmas match. But they're a very competitive side. They hang on in there, and as you rightly say, they do have key players in key positions who are representatives.
Yeah, I'd like to get your opinion on one player specifically for Gerard's, Cormac Foley. He looks like a serious prospect, very versatile in the back line. What should we expect from him?
Yeah, Cormac's a very versatile player. He can play. He's played for the Ireland 18s and 19s and Leinster at those levels as well. He can play 9, 10, 12. He's playing at 12 today. And he's an all-round player. He's got lovely attacking ability. He can step off either foot, and he's very good defensively. He's a real leader in the side. Watch too for Ethan Baxter, the hooker. He's a very, very talented player as well, and again leads by example. And they have a number of players like that in.
Brilliant, Tony. Now it's up to John Forrest for the team news.
Thank you, Will. St Fintan's first, Aidan O'Kane, Jack Ussher, Frank O'D across the front row. Sean Boyle and Mikey McGiff are in the engine room. Darragh Kelly, Niall O'Halloran and Dan Callen in the back row. Behind the scrum, Cormac Graham, partner Shane Cox. In the centres, Dave Lally and Mick Fitzpatrick. Sam O'Donohoe captains the side on the left wing. Killian Hickey and Adam Kenny make up the back 3. For St Gerard's in the front row, they go with David Carroll, Robert Byrne and Adam O'Reilly. Donal Ahern and Daniel McGovern are in the second row. Captain today is Ethan Baxter on the open side. He's partnered by Charles Byrne and Rory Wilson in the back row. Half backs are Jack O'Queeve and David O'Brien. Cormac Foley and Oliver Haydock are in the centres, with Paddy Opperman, Morgan Freely out wide and Max O'Reilly at number 15. Let's take a moment and hear from the team coaches.
Delighted to be joined by St Fintan's head coach Brew Amerlink. Brew, I guess this time last year it was all new for St Fintan's, their first time ever in the Senior Cup. How does it differ this time around with a bit more experience of the big occasion?
Yeah, well, look, I think firstly we're a much different side to last year. We've only got 2 guys back who started against Clongowes, so we are a new team. We play a different style of rugby. So, you know, in terms of qualifying for the competition again, we're obviously delighted. It was a big achievement to get this far, and obviously looking to hopefully perform on the day. But it's a big ask. It's quite a young squad as well, so fingers crossed we go well.
Yeah, and I guess you did play St Gerard's in pre-season as well. It was a very tight encounter. Does that have much of a bearing on today's game, do you think?
I think it will. You know, we played them out in Clontarf on an Astro pitch. We lost by 3. It was a league game, so it was an important game. But we felt we gave as good as we got. So we're certainly going to take that into today's game and hopefully learn from the mistakes we made that day.
And I guess for yourself, you know, you played for Sutton's Rugby Club. It must be a big deal for you as well to be involved with a team from the area in a big cup match.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I mean, we couldn't do this without the Townies and Clontarf. You know, we're a public school. We don't have a rugby pitch, so we rely exclusively on Clontarf for their access to their pitch, and particularly Suttonians. The work that goes in by volunteers there has led to us being able to field a team. The guys here playing today were essentially club players until about 2 years ago, and we decided to give rugby a real go. We put structures in place now, and you know, delighted to be back here, and hopefully we turn up today. And
just the last thing, I think the best thing about St. Fintan's almost being in the cup last year was the great colour and the fans they brought. Are you looking forward to kind of running out in front of them again today?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, we're delighted to be part of this competition. We want to bring something. We're not just here to make up the numbers. The saying goes, you know, the school's going to be out in force again. There's great excitement in the local community. Past pupils, the amount of messages I'm getting is incredible. So we're hoping for a really good turnout today, and hopefully we can put on a performance for them.
Delighted to be joined by St. Gerard's head coach Jason Emery. Jason, the first day of the Leinster School Senior Cup is always a special day for the players. How's the feeling on the bus today?
Oh yeah, there's going to be nerves. For some of them it's their first cup game. For others could see a second and third. So yeah, ain't going to lie about it. There's nerves on the bus. Obviously St. Fintan's got a huge following as well, and they've grown in strength over the years. So.
And I guess there might be a bit of nerves, but you've had a good pre-season, Leinster School Senior League winners, so that must build some confidence at least.
Yeah, it sort of helps momentum, but we're back to scratch now. As everyone knows, all it takes is one knockout and you're out of the chase again. So I think we can only control what we do as well, and we understand it's going to be a tough battle.
And an interesting opponent in St. Fintan's today. You actually played them in pre-season. It was a very tight game. Is there any bearing that game has on today's match?
Well, it's going to be tough. They're very physical. We know that. They play a really good running game as well. From our point of view, I think we can only control what we do, and I guess it's we need to front up at the collision, and secondly, I personally believe we have the players to match them out wide.
And just one last word on the crowd. St. Fintan's are going to bring, you mentioned it there, they had a lot of support last year. Does that put a bit of extra pressure playing in front of such a good crowd like that?
From our guys' point of view, hopefully they're worried about their jobs, but it's part of the atmosphere, I suppose, for some of them. But yeah, our following's been very good as well. But yeah, their mind should be on the job, so it should be okay.
Brilliant, Jason. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
St. Fintan's versus St. Gerard's kicks off on Air Sport at 3 o'clock. Tony Ward will be on commentary duty. And don't forget, if you can't catch the match now, it'll be repeated on Air Sport 1 at 7:30 tonight. In the meantime, Will Salary, Tony Ward, thank you so much for joining us and enjoy the game.
Supporting Leinster Rugby from the ground up.
One more surge, will they look to move? Well, scrum half goes outside and tries score. Looks like Mick Fitzpatrick. It's in the corner. Possible to stop a player from there. Conversion attempt comes from right out on that touchline. He struck this one nicely. It's over. Oh, blocked down opportunity here. Sits up nicely. St. Gerard's in for the try. It's the captain, Ethan Baxter. Nicely struck. 2 points at it. The pocket. Good handoff from him. McGiff makes the tackle. Oh, steamed high.
Foul play. You just heard. Off you go. High tackle.
Franco D with the desperate tackle. Here's the opportunity. He felt it had to come. So two sides gather in a huddle. It's very, very tight here at Donnybrook. Half-time score, St. Fintan's High School 7, St. Gerard's 12. Join us for second half action after this break. The lead to 8 points. We sent it on its way. The cheer from the St. Gerard supporters tells you all you need to know. Well, he struck that nicely. Flags go up behind the goal. Another 3 points for St. Gerard's. St. Gerard's eking out metre by metre here. Sensible play from them. Almost a little fumble on the ground. Referee happy and wasn't knocked forward. Now have they got the extra man wide here? Can they get it through the hands? 2 against 1. It's going to be score in the corner. It is indeed a lovely touchdown. And that surely seals it for St. Gerard's. The clock has ticked past 70 minutes. Top penalty kick to touch means there's no throw to the line out. And St. Gerard's, the players gather to hug. Deserved winners here. And they run at 23 points to 7.
Supporting Leinster Rugby from the ground up.